For Team Young, let's play pickleball. And just deep there. So there's the rally scoring camera. The point is already on the board.
A little bit easier to keep track of that.
Absolutely.
Makes a little bit more sense.
Okay, big man. All right.
I mean, he might as well. He's already halfway to the net anyways.
I mean, that took 2 strides from the baseline, and John Isner's got an Ernie in the books in the night session.
Side out, point.
Oh, feeling it here. We're going to try and speed it up down the line. That costs you, though, here, Cam.
It does. It does. But I like what he's doing. He's taking his time getting in. He's not panicking. He's not going for a winner right away. He's hitting a drop. He's playing pickleball. And that's what I'm loving from these tennis guys is they're really soaking in this pickleball philosophy and the third shot drops and fifth shot drops and working in a speed up every once in a while. But I'm loving them adapting to pickleball.
I am as well. And as we adapt here, we have to wait till the referee calls the score, John. So he's learning.
Point 4.
A little wide there. There's a good look at A.J. Koller, number 91. I love that everybody's got name and number.
Side out, point 2. 2-4. I'll recall.
And Alan Roman, our lead referee, is going to get these guys to just take a pause and then serve.
Side out, point 5.
And Isner again ready to go with the Selkirk paddle.
And that's something that they're going to have to adjust for is that middle transition game. That's where you get stuck and you think you have to do more than you have to. Soften up the grip, let the ball drop into the kitchen, then move your way up. They'll get there.
Point 6.
A little pressure from Koller, and Young slides it wide. Good start for that man right there. Originally from North Carolina, now lives in Dallas.
Point 7.
And he came out so nervous this morning, did not play well with, he played with Ben Johns. Now Isner's coming.
Point 8.
And as we're seeing, as pickleball is progressing, the lob is now a key shot.
Yes.
Where it wasn't like that. We used it in tennis, but it didn't translate over to pickleball. Now you're seeing it off a bounce from the kitchen line, out of a volley from the kitchen line as a third shot. If you're just starting pickleball, you need to learn the lob.
Without question.
Side out.
And a big target from Devilliers there. That's a lot. When you got 6'10" to choose from, love the net cam there.
Side out, point 9.
Yeah, that was a shot off the wall in left center for a double for Donald Young from DC.
Unfortunately, no strings.
No, no strings.
Side out, point 4.
For those of you who can't see Cameron, because there's no camera on us, she is just trying to pull Isner to the kitchen line, and he's just not going yet.
No. And that's the hardest part for anyone, even if you're coming into the sport or if you're a high-level pro, it's that transition zone that you think, do I need to take a step back? Do you need to take a step forward? And especially coming from tennis, we're used to ground strokes at the baseline versus coming up and softening those hands and creating patterns from the kitchen and creating some opportunity for you. So I'll be happy to see him take those 2 long steps and get up to the kitchen.
And John Isner handles that attack and then goes with the little two-y roll here and gets a mistake. He knew he was in trouble.
11-5.
Still shaking his head. Same guy. This is a guy that has the most aces in the history of the ATP Tour, just missed an underhand serve in pickleball.
It's tricky. It really, when you're transitioning from tennis over to pickleball, you just don't have the strength to bring the ball back in, and really have to take that long stroke out of it and shorten up your game. A lot of wrist. That's why Koller is deadly up at that kitchen line.
Side out, point 7.
Tough third there. So you will continue to get points whether you're serving or receiving until your team gets to 14. When you get to 14, it's the freeze. You must win that last point
Side out, point
on
13.
your serve.
And as you saw there, when you have someone that is playing the left side, they like to sneak over, especially someone like Devilliers coming over and helping out Young, but he leaves his line open, and Koller saw that right away.
Side out, point 8.
There you see a man who can almost reach the net from the kitchen, still not getting all the way up there. He's on his way, on his way. 8-13, good look at Young to serve.
Side out, point 14.
All right, so this is game point, and they are obviously serving, so they can indeed win game 1. Again, best 2 out of 3.
Side out, point 9.
But that does not stop the other team, so we've seen a lot of comebacks today, Cameron.
We have, and that's what happens with rally scoring is no lead is ever safe. One little mess up, because it's a point every single time that you serve the ball. So you just have to be really strategic, and you can't miss the serve. You can't miss returns. Those are just non-negotiables, especially in rally scoring.
Donald Young looking like he's playing tennis at the baseline here. He's still going.
Side out, point 15.
Couldn't drop it and get in, though. So again, they get the ball back, but they do not win the match here. Great rally there.
I think Devilliers was wondering, when's he coming up? And he was parked back there.
So second game point here for Team Isner. And comes
11.
up just short. So 2 tries thwarted.
11-14.
Oh, and a little tennis on tennis crime here on Tennis Channel, and they are within 2. And the best rally of the match goes to Team Isner from the Isner paddle, and they have a 3rd chance to close out game number 1 right here.
Side out, point 13.
And you take that risk when you think Koller had to make that a winner. He can't just come off the court, especially with someone like Isner who isn't that experienced yet on the pickleball court. So, like you said, it was his bad on that one.
Side out, 14.
And that's the no-go zone, Mr. Young. So 4th chance here, now at 14-13. You must win by 2 as well, folks. Isner finally gets in and can't handle the transition. So 4 tries stopped, and we are tied at 14. So now both teams can only win a point while serving, and they must win by 2.
Rally scoring.
Point 15.
And Donald Young comes strong, and they.
And I really like how Young has settled into this match. I think what was happening is he was feeling very suffocated at the beginning. Isner and Koller were doing a great job of that. He settled back in, and now you see them hitting a little bit more to Devilliers. And I would like to see them just like that, suffocate Young a little bit more. He likes to hit the ground stroke staying at the baseline, so if they can keep that pressure on him, I think they're going to come out on top.
So Isner and Koller have been stuck at 14.
Side out, 15.
And another poach, really a Burt there, which is when you jump in front of your partner across the kitchen. So a 2nd game point here for Team Young.
point game, 16-14.
And that will do it. So after having 4 game points of their own, it is Team Young, Donald Young and Jay Devilliers, who come roaring back. They win game 1, 16-14. More of this fun right after this. There's AJ Koller. Here we go. Game number 2, again to 15.
One zero. Side out, point 1.
Some fancy hands by AJ Koller there as that went to a very weird spot off of the net.
Looked like it was going out.
Point 2.
And the tennis players have a big old target on them, don't they, Cam?
2-1.
They do, and I think that's something that John Isner is doing well, but I also see the frustration is he's trying to work his way up to the kitchen line, and he's getting there, but what's happening is once he's getting to the kitchen line, he's not finishing his drop movement. So he's working his way up, doing well, and then that last one he's missing it in the net, and that can be very frustrating, and I see it, he's carrying that with him. If he can just let that go, he's doing well, and I know it'll start falling for him.
Side out, point 3.
Unbelievable get by Donald Young. Look at this. This is insane. Still was back in plenty of time, but Isner and Koller end up winning the point. That's world-class athlete right there, Donald Young.
And he made that ball unattackable.
Yes.
That's what's so hard is a lot of the times you panic and you throw it up
Point
and you eat the ball. But he went in there very composed and hit a very unattackable ball. Kept him in the point.
Sometimes we come charging up there and pop it up, and you're like, what was that for?
Side out, point 3.
Saw some beautiful tennis form on the overhead from Young there.
3-4.
Oh, the dainty dropper from Isner.
What I loved there, though, was Young just stood there and watched. And no movement for him to go get that one, and he definitely could have.
That's yours. Yours, Jay. Having a lot of fun out there on court. I love the smiles. Love having the tennis players mixing in.
Side out, point 4.
That's a great return from Young.
It is, and what I would like for Isner is staying with that. His movement, his body movement was backwards, and he's trying to hit a drop. He has to stay forward with that ball.
And a lot of nice two-ies from Donald Young, especially that drop. Beautiful form on that, and the level of the tennis players rising throughout the day. I like it.
Point 6.
Goes for the Ernie, but a little too much on it, and Donald Young able to get out of the way.
And he's been impressing me from this morning to now. He's a completely different player. So it just shows how much improvement you can have on the court, even within hours with this sport of pickleball. And that's what's so incredible about it. He's really adjusted from laying back on those ground strokes and then flying long to staying forward over the ball and finishing those drop shots. And it's keeping him in a point a lot longer, and he's coming out on top.
6-6. Side out, point 7.
And Isner again comes up short on the third, which is usually in side out scoring, but here that costs you.
It does.
Just on the line.
Point 8.
Flying Frenchman, Exhibit A.
8-6.
Flying Frenchman, Exhibit B. Just coming at Isner.
He's comfortable. And I think Young is setting him up perfectly, and he's just controlling that middle court so incredibly well.
And a tough miss for Isner there, and that man is on a roll.
Side out, point 7.
Go time for Team Isner. He's got the ball. He will serve.
7-10. Side out, point 11.
And there's where staying back just let an average ball become a problem.
It is, and I feel the frustration from these tennis guys, because most of us, not all, but did transition from tennis. And you come in thinking, well, I was so good on a tennis court, it's going to translate so well, and I'm going to be amazing at pickleball. And they will be. But it's just such a different game with such different shots and the mentality of it. So it's going to be, like I said, to see Donald Young already transition from this morning to now, seeing Isner in 2 to 3 months, he's going to be a completely different player.
Yeah, right on cue with a beautiful 2-E finish for Young.
Point 13.
And Young again. So 2 points from locking down the first point in this Team Young versus Team Isner. And when your name is on the team and your back, you want that desperately.
Side out, point 9.
I owe you a announcer curse postcard, Mr. Young.
9-13. Yeah, sorry. 9-13.
Oh, absolute filth from Isner. Left a few in the net, and now clean winner third.
And I love that, because he was seeing Devilliers is taking over so much of the middle ball. Go behind him, keep him honest. I think that's his gameplay right now, hitting a nice drop over to Devilliers' side versus Young. See if they can't create some more confusion on that side and get some points on the board.
And much like Young and Devilliers came roaring back in game one, here come Koller and Isner.
Side out, point 14.
All right, so they get a couple, but we are at match point for
14-11.
Team Young.
Side out, point 12.
Can't make the third, so this is reminiscent of what we saw in game one.
Side out, 14.
Again, must finish it on their serve, so second game point here for Donald
14-12.
and Jay.
Point 15.
And a missed return is an anticlimactic finish to this match. So Donald Young brought it after they were down.